Hello, I'm Charles Irby. I'm an SAP with the Department of Transportation. And I guess you've seen a lot of my YouTube videos. And I'm considered by a lot of drivers and employers around the nation as one of the leaders in the SAP process. A lot of people call me. Now, why do they call me? And why do they consider me maybe one of the leaders in this process? Well, I'm accessible. When people call me, I answer the phone. I try my best to be accommodating to people. I give that added value that a lot of people and a lot of truck drivers are wanting. They're paying good money and they want value, and I offer that, and they notice it, and they tell me, and I want to say thank you. Thank you to all my drivers that have been calling me, part of my case management file. A lot of you guys have been really good to me, and I hope and I pray that I've been good to you. And I think I have, because I keep growing. I keep growing. I get a lot of people from word of mouth, a lot of referrals from one driver to another from all 50 states. All the southern states seems like they get together and their cousins and uncles that's truck drivers, they know about me. Some of them went through my process and they refer me to their other relatives and friends that they work with, and the chain continues to go. I want to continue to add value to your lives by taking you through this frustrating period called the SAP process. If you got a violation, post it on the clearinghouse. You have to stand down. You cannot use your CDL. You have to go through somebody like me, an SAP, a substance abuse professional with the Department of Transportation, that's qualified and certified with the clearinghouse and the FMCSA. Somebody that has a website and somebody that's reputable. That's me. I'm no scammer. I heard about a lot of this from my drivers, and they feel relieved when they get to hear somebody that's real and genuine, and somebody that keeps their word. What's this part about me keeping my word? My SAP fee has been the same throughout the last 5 years. It's only $400 using Zelle, and that's affordable, because a lot of people that have these truck drivers of mine that have SAP violations posted on the clearinghouse, they're out of work. They can't afford to be price gouged right now. They don't really have a job right now. How can they pay absorbent fees for the SAP process? It's important that a SAP keeps his fee reasonable, because he's dealing with people, truck drivers, that's out of work. Doesn't it make sense? Mine is one of the most affordable fees, SAP fees, you can get in the United States. It's only $400 using Zelle, $415 using Cash App. You can use PayPal or credit card over the phone. Everything is straightforward, clear, and it's easy. It's so important to keep things simple. SAP processes, with all their convoluted bureaucracies and all these CFRs and federal regulations, it could get pretty complicated. You want somebody that wants to handle this, hold your hand through this, and keep it simple. That's why a lot of people like me, I just keep it simple. That's the best way to approach this. Also, my business has been formulated basically from the ground up. Since 2020, it's been growing because I've been grinding. There's just no other way to do it. A lot of drivers that get their CDLs or their CLPs in driving school, and they're young and they're new, and they get pinged. Yeah, while they're in school, and they think their career's just over and they just wasted all their money, and they're scared and they're frustrated and they're worrying. They need a SAP to explain things to them calmly, and let them know it's okay. Their career is not over. That's so important for truck drivers here in the United States of America that get SAP violations to know your career is not over. The SAP process, which I preside over, is a second chance program. You get it? It's really a second chance program. You do get a second chance when you get a SAP violation. It is not over. Another thing I want to talk about is a lot of truck drivers that went through my process, and I have a ton of them. They went through all 6 steps, completed all their follow-ups. Their employer has entered in the date of the last follow-up into employer entry number 6. Now they're technically no longer a SAP driver. They're free of the program. Yeah, it's still registered in the clearinghouse in the violation summary somewhat. It has stayed there for 5 years. Employers don't worry about that. They just don't want the overhead of having to deal with a SAP driver in the clearinghouse. Well, I have a lot of SAP drivers that have completed the process all the way to the end, and they contact me, a lot of them, and thank me. Mr. Charles, thank you. Thank you. I didn't ever think I'd get through this. I'm not touching marijuana again. It's not worth it. Thank you, Mr. Charles, for being good to me and somewhat reasonable and a little firm sometimes. Thank you for doing that. I needed that. I still have drivers that come out of treatment, and they weren't happy with me when I sent them to treatment. But they come out of there a better person. A better person. And they call me and they thank me. And yeah, Mr. Charles, you was my enemy for a while, but now I see and I really appreciate you. Thank you for being, firm with me. Thank you for not letting me get away with this. Now, my wife, my kids, everything is just better. I'm sober. That means a lot to me. That means a lot to me. I'll tell you. It's important that truck drivers get the help they need. And another thing, there's a lot of frustration about this November 18th thing that we just all went through. And it seems like I just went through it with you. I was on a line of scrimmage with all the truck drivers that got all these letters from the DMV saying that their CDLs were downgraded. They were already prohibited because of the violation. And they just didn't understand what this means. And I went through it one driver at a time. And boy, it's tough. I need a rest too. I need a vacation. I went through every last situation, case management, with every one of my drivers. Sitting on the phone, going into overtime, and explaining calmly their situation according to the FMCSA. And they really appreciate it because nobody was telling them anything. They were just reading a letter with a lot of big words in it. Well, a lot of us got through November 8th. Now here's the deal with November 18th. And here it is in January. We're in the year 25 now. And now it's really starting to hit everybody. The letters are still coming in, and they're in concrete. Okay? It just means that it's very simple. Now listen, it just means you have to go through step 5. When you go through me, Mr. Charles the Sap, and watch my channel, Charles the Sap channel on YouTube, what you're doing right now. I will always tell you, and I'm telling you now, you go through steps 1, 2, 3, and 4 with me on the clearinghouse. They get completed. Now you'll no longer have to stand down. You can start interviewing. You can start talking to employers. You don't have to just sit at home. Now you got a chance to start getting hired again. And if you got your own DOT number, now you can go back to your consortium and go back to business. Get back under the wheel. Now the only thing left is step 5, the big step. Step 5 is the return to duty step. When you get hired, your employer will send you out for your drug screen, your return to duty pre-employment orientation type fitness drug screen. You come back with a negative, you hand it to them. The employer will enter in the date of that drug screen into employer entry number 5. Now, things start to get activated on the clearinghouse in your favor for once. Yes, if you are prohibited, which you are, you become valid again. Your CDL is good again. Yes. And if you got downgraded by the DMV with that imposing convoluted letter, if you got downgraded, you get reinstated. Your DMV is off your back. Technically, they're supposed to be. Step 5, the return to duty step, cleans up your license. Cleans it up. Now go back to work. Get back on payroll. Get back to making the grown folks money as a truck driver. Truck driving has been so important to so many people of men and women nowadays, especially people of my culture. It took us into the middle class. Truck driving is incredible. Stay with it. I mean, to get the kind of money you're making as a truck driver, you typically have to be a PhD. Do you have a PhD? No, I don't either. Become a truck driver. 25 could be crucial. Stay with it, and when you get a SAP violation, call me. Mr. Charles has been known to help people quickly, and when you need to go to treatment according to the assessment, I send you to treatment, but you will go as an IOP, intensive outpatient program. You'll go for sessions. That means you'll find a place that's affordable, typically sponsored by your county. No fancy place that takes insurance. They're out of your pay grade. Just go to the place I recommend. And I even let you help find the place so it's convenient. You'll go for sessions. You'll do 2 to 3 sessions a week. There may be 90 minutes, an hour, maybe longer. You're set in a group or you have an individual counselor. And you'll talk about your issues. You'll talk about your issues. For once in your life, you'll talk about your issues. Your fears, your pains, the reasons why you got popped for having drugs and alcohol in your system. There's a reason why. Now you can finally talk about it. God wants you to get well. God wants you to get well. And so do I. And you do these sessions for maybe 3 weeks. Boom, you're done with treatment. You get back under the wheel, get back on payroll, and enjoy your new life. Okay? And we did it. Me and you, we did it together. When you call Mr. Charles to help you with your SAP process, you're on a team now. You're not by yourself. Now, you see me holding up this fire engine. We all heard about the tragic stuff that's happening on the West Coast. And it's hurting us in strange ways. We all are affected, even if we don't live out there in Altadena, Pasadena. I'm way over here in Atlanta, Georgia. But everybody is affected. We're all feeling it. This means that it's important that you get back to business and get back into your occupation. Do not let a SAP violation take you down. Get back into the working for the county sanitation. I have a lot of drivers that got SAP violations and they think it's over. You can get your job back. If not, you'll get another one. Get back to work. Call me. I'll take you through the SAP process cleanly, clearly, and relatively quickly. And I got references and a reputation that's all over the nation. Help yourself and just call me. My number is scrolling at the bottom. Information should be scrolling at the top. I care about my drivers. Yeah, sometimes I have to go to war with some of my drivers because they know I love them. I love you enough to risk your anger. But that only applies to a very small percentage of my drivers. I want you to get well, and I want you to get back to business, get back under the wheel, get back on payroll. That's important to me, that you get back on payroll. You got to put food on the table for your family. Call me. I'm the SAP that can help you do that. If not, just talk to somebody that went through my process. They'll tell you. I do have a reputation, and it's good. Okay, we'll see.